Namaste, dear students. I hope you all are fine. And let me welcome you to our English class of grade 7. Are you ready with your necessary materials? What are your necessary materials? Yes, they are your English textbook, notebook, and pen or pencil. Do you have them? Good. Do you know today is our last class for Unit 5? So before starting our today's class, I just like to make you a short recall of what we learned in our previous classes. So in the first class, we learned a story, The Three Merchants, and we did the comprehension exercises. Then what did we do? Yes, we did some tasks on the listening and speaking skills. And then can you tell me what did we do? Good job. Then we did some tasks for grammar 1 and grammar 2. And again, what did we learn? Yes, you are right. We learned to write something under writing 1 and writing 2. Paragraph, message, And today, it is our last class. Okay? And can you guess, what are we going to learn today? What is left in your textbook? Have you ever turned the pages of Unit 5? Well done. We are going to learn the text on the reading 2. So all of you, turn the page of your book also. I will show you from here and you have to listen to me. Let's learn together. Are you ready? Good. Now, under reading 2, we have some questions. Answer these questions, okay? What types of food do you usually eat? Now, food, we discussed in our previous class also. So, what types of food do you eat? It means that, do you eat these types of food like junk food? You can see burger, pizza, pasta, which we can find easily. Fast food, Or do you use these sorts of food like vegetables, fruits, meat, cereals? What do you use? It's fine. If you use these foods, then they are harm to our body, okay? They are harmful to our body. And if you use these foods, it's a balanced diet, So are they healthy? Which one is healthy? This food or this food? Yes, you are again right. The second one is healthier than the first one. The first one is tastier, maybe, okay? The second one is healthier. So it means we have to understand, do we have to eat food for our taste or for our health? What do you think? What's a wise idea? Yes, we have to eat for our health, not for the taste, okay? What are healthy foods? Now, the healthy foods are homemade food. Under, you can say vegetables, fruits, meat, cereals, you can see many more. Especially those food which supply us carbohydrates, calories, okay, protein, minerals, and fat. Is it clear, all of you? Good. So after this Unit 5, you have to eat only homemade food. And occasionally, you can test these types of foods, okay? But most of the time, we have to have a healthy food, balanced diet. Is it clear, all of you? Good. Now, after this, we have food habits. What's your food habit? How many times do you take your food in a day? So interesting, So for this one, we are going to learn a text. So for this, you have to read out with me, okay? So our title is Food Habits. Now, this is the first paragraph. Your body is a complicated piece of machinery. Now, look at this picture, you can see the pictures of a man and woman, So, if you look at the figure of our body, it is like a machine. There are many digestive systems, So, our body is like a piece of machinery. Have you ever seen a machine? Yes, it has very small, nuts, bolts, many things, And if there is a problem somewhere, then that machine cannot function. That machine cannot work, And our body is also like that one. Look at the structure of our body. Very complicated one. Difficult, And if there is a small problem in our body, then we become sick. okay, like the machine cannot function. Next line, many of the organs in the human body work together to take energy from food to keep you going all day. So in our body, we need energy, you know. So how do we get energy? Can you tell me? Yeah, we get energy from calories. And to get calories, what type of food we have to eat? Yes, like rice, wheat, corn, you know, cereals, okay? Anna type food we have to eat. Is that clear? So, because our body is like a machine, and if we want to run, do any type of action, you know, we need energy. And to have energy in our body, we need calories. So, to supply calories in our body, we need to eat those types of food, cereals, okay? Anna, you can say. In some ways, this is just like putting fuel in a car. Now, one example for you. Have you ever seen a bike or a car? Yes, you have definitely seen, okay? So, can we drive a car or can we ride a bike without filling, let's say, petrol? No. So, the fuel for a car or a bike is petrol, okay? Without it, we cannot drive or ride. Like this, you can compare our body with the car. So, without having good food, we cannot move. We cannot do any type of works, you know. That's why we have to always eat good food. So, instead of petrol, if we put their water in the car or in the bike, does it run? No. So, we need also very good food, healthy foods, okay? However, if you did put the wrong fuel in a car, the engine would soon start to splutter and things would go wrong. It means that if we don't put the petrol or anything else, at that time the engine produces a kind of sound, you know. And at that time, the engine does not work very properly. Okay? So, like our body is also the engine, you know. So, every time we need to have good fuel, good food, healthy food, you know. Otherwise, there will be a problem in our body. That is what we say sickness. I am suffering from fever. I am suffering from this disease, that disease, you know. These all things because of our food habits and exercises too, okay? Your body is just like this. It needs the right fuel. Because of this, you need to think carefully about what you eat. And these days, dear students, if you go to a hospital, you can find people have been suffering from different types of chronic disease, you know, for which we have to spend much money. And that disease may not be cured also. So why? Because of the foods that we eat, because of our habit, whether we do exercises or not, you know. So, if you want to keep your body very healthy, first of all, you have to improve your habit of food, okay? Always we have to choose healthy food, good food, not junk food. So, dear students, I hope you might have guessed the meanings of these words, highlighted words, complicated and splutter. So, first of all of you practice the pronunciation of these words. Now, you all start saying the spellings first. C-O-M-P-L-I-C-A-T-E-D, complicated. All of you try once again. C-O-M-P-L-I-C-A-T-E-D, complicated. Now, all of you pronounce once. Complicated. Very good. Another word we have S-P-L-U-T-T-E-R, splutter. All of you tell me once again with me. S-P-L-U-T-T-E-R, splutter. Okay, pronounce once more. Splutter. Very good job. Now, have you made a guess? The meaning of these words? Okay, let me tell you. Complicated means consisting of many interconnecting parts or elements. You can see there are many parts, there are many elements in our body. And if you look at an engine also, there are many parts, okay? So, to keep fit and fine for these all parts, you know, we need to have good foods, healthy foods, okay? So, our body is very complicated, you know, we have many parts, many elements, and they are interlinked also. They have relationship, you know. Now, another word we have is splutter. So, can you tell me the meaning of this word, splutter? Okay, let me show you. It is make a series of short, explosive, spitting or choking sounds. Sometimes you might have seen it. If the engine of a car is not working properly, or you can say bike, at that time that engine is producing a kind of sound, type of sound, that is what we call splutter. And when we become sick also, we can say that aya oh mareni, we say like that one. We become peevish, we produce some sounds to make ourselves relief from that one. So it is very important to be healthy. It's very important to be fit and fine. For that one, we have to always choose what? Very good food, healthy food, okay? Now after this paragraph, again we have another second paragraph. Now you can see the food pyramid here. If you want to be healthy, you should have this sort of food, You have to consume, you have to eat these things, It is shown in the pyramid, okay? So let's begin our second paragraph. No one is saying that you cannot have treats like sweets or crepes. Your diet, which is a way of saying everything you eat, needs to be varied, interesting and enjoyable. Dear students, you have to understand, sometimes we can taste junk food. Sometimes we can have noodle or maybe burger, pizza, but not regularly, okay? So in our regular diet, there should be balanced diet, there should be healthy foods, there should be homemade food, okay? So you can understand, you can have sweets and some other types of foods, but they should not be regular, okay? Many people plan their meals so that they include a variety of vegetables, protein, fruits, and grains. See, in our food, what are the things that we have to include? So can you tell them once again? Yes, they are vegetables. We have green vegetables, So we have to prefer vegetables more, okay? Then we need to supply protein. From where do we get protein? See, we can get protein from the grains, geda gudi, dal, pulses, and meat. We have to have those things for protein. And fruits, that we have citrus fruits, sweet fruits, they are very good to our health. And then grains, do you know the meaning of grain? I have already told you that cereals, anna, rice, we can say, let's say maize, okay, wheat, these things we have to have. So it means that these foods are the source of calorie, protein, and minerals, including the fat, okay? So these things should be compulsorily there. And dear students, if we have like, let's say, rice, pulse, you can say, dal, bhat, tarkari, achar, that can be a balanced diet. So if we have that one in the morning and in the evening, we can get calories, protein, minerals, fat. So it can be the best food in our daily life, okay? Next thing is a vegetarian. So here, some people must be extra careful about what they eat. A vegetarian, do you know the meaning of vegetarian? Yes, I think there might be a vegetarian person in your family, a person who does not want to have meat, okay? A vegetarian does not like to have meat. That person is called vegetarian. Someone who chooses not to eat meat, okay? But vegetarian also has a kind of plan to supply protein, fat in their body. So if they don't use meat, they can use other things, okay, which can supply the things that we can get from meat. May have to find ways to replace meat with another source of protein. All of us need a balanced diet to keep us healthy. We need the right fuel to keep us going throughout the day, just like a car. See example. So if there is not proper fuel in the car cannot move ahead. And if we don't consume, if we don't have healthy foods, at that time, we cannot also move. We cannot function like this, we cannot run, and we become like a couch potato. I think you might have heard this word. You might have forgotten this word, couch potato, sitting in a same place and using any gadget and getting fatter and fatter, no movement, So we should not be a couch potato, okay? So to move our body like this, to be fit and fine, the most important thing in our life is food habit. Is it clear? So what do you have to do from today onwards? Yes, you have to always choose good food. You have to make your balanced diet. For example, if you go to your school and if your parents give you 25 rupees for your lunch, I suggest you to buy sometimes fruits, okay? Sometimes other types of foods, not always noodle, not always bakery item, you know. That's how we can manage our balanced lunch in our school too. Is that clear? Now, dear students, I think you know the meaning of this word. I have told you many times. Anyway, let's practice the pronunciation of this word. Let's say the spellings first. vegetarian, vegetarian. Once again, vegetarian, vegetarian. Now all of you pronounce once together loudly. Vegetarian. Good. Now the meaning of the word vegetarian is given in the brackets also. Someone who chooses not to eat meat. Anyway, I want to give you the meaning. You can note it down also. A person who does not eat meat or fish. Okay, it means that not eating meat. Now we have the last paragraph in this text. So you can see exercises for kids, you know, exercises. So another important part to be healthy, another important thing to be fit and fine. So you can see planks, it is a way of doing exercise, push-ups, you know, crunches, cycling, okay, running, lunges, and there are different activities. Simply you can bring a rope and you can just do. It is a kind of skipping, you know. Simply you can do that. You can just jump like this, you know. You can just do PT type of exercise like this, you know. So any type of movement you can do for your body, and that can be exercise. So what is given here? Let's read. All living things eat and all living things excrete. You only get one body. See, this is our one life. People are talking about 84 lakhs lives, you know, but it is not sure. After our death, whether we'll get another life or not, it is not sure. So this is our life. It's a golden opportunity. It is only one body, only one life. And imagine if we are sick, if we cannot move, if we cannot have good food, then what is the meaning of life? It does not matter if we are poor, but if we are healthy, you know, we are the richest person in the world. If we are rich and if we are sick, you know, what is the value of tasty foods? What is the value of beautiful clothes, you know? So, to utilize these all things, first of all, we need to be healthy, we need to be fit and fine, okay? So, it is important to take some control over what happens to it, fuel it up properly, exercise it, and try to lead a balanced and healthy life. Now, dear students, I suggest you only two things from this test. Can you tell me what are the two things that we have to use in our life to be healthy? The first thing is, very good, that is food habit. We have to have always good food, okay? Another important thing that we have to do is, yes, exercise. So you can do yoga, you can do different exercises, you can do meditation. So if our brain is sound, then it can control us very well, okay? So exercise is also very important part of our life to be healthy. So have you made a decision from today onwards, you will always have a balanced diet, healthy foods, and you do at least 15 minutes exercise in a day. What do you think? Is it a good idea? Yes. So from tomorrow, don't forget, okay? I hope, dear students, you might have understood this text. Now there is a word. Now all of you spell it and then pronounce. E-X-C-R-E-T-E, excrete. Once again, E-X-C-R-E-T-E, excrete. Now all of you pronounce loudly, excrete. So what does it mean? See, if you eat food, means you load food in your body, then again you have to throw, okay? You have to unload. That is what we call excrete. In the kitchen, you have to have your food. And in the toilet, you have to throw your food. That means excrete, okay? We take out unnecessary food from our body. That is what we call excrete. And its meaning, I just like to give you here. Separate and expel as waste. It means that our body is also very clever, do you know? It does not take all the foods that we have eaten, you know. It takes only that much food which is necessary for our body, and that unnecessary part of our body we go to the toilet. Okay, that is not necessary. That's why it comes out. That is what we call excrete. Is it clear? Good. And at the same time, don't forget to have enough water in a day, okay? Because we need oxygen and we can get easily from water. Don't forget these things. Dear students, now after this we have a task based on the text. Now the first task for you is match the words for the meanings A to E from the above text. The first letter has been given. Now these are the meanings and the word first letter is given here, and you have to find out the correct word for its meaning. So have you understood? Okay, let's start doing now. Are you doing? Good. I hope you might have finished. So number A, let's discuss. Not easy to understand or analyze. So what is the correct word we have discussed in the first paragraph? Can you tell me? All of you tell me loudly, please. I want to listen. Oh, now I don't know whether you are right or wrong. I want to show you the word and you just check. And if you are right, you can tick. If you are wrong, don't worry. You can correct, because we learn by making mistakes, okay? So your first word should be complicated. C-O-M-P-L-I-C-A-T-E-D. Complicated. Are you right? Wow, well done. Now like this, number B. To make a soft spitting noise. I have already shown you example also. And it begins with S. Have you written? Now all of you please tell me. Again, I don't want to say now whether you are right or wrong. I want to show you the word, and if it is right, again you can tick. If it is wrong, correct it, okay? Your word should be S-P-L-U-T-T-E-R, splutter, correct? Well done. Now next, number C. Very surprising. Dear students, this word is not found in the text, okay? So you have to write yourself. It is maybe by mistake. So you can see it starts with A. So what is the correct word for it? I think you might have done. Okay, don't worry. I'll give you the word. That is amazing. Okay, A-M-A-Z-I-N-G, amazing. Now another meaning we have is someone who does not eat meat. I think you can do it. You might have done it correctly. So what is the word? Okay, again let me show you. The word is vegetarian. V-E-G-E-T-A-R-I-A-N, vegetarian. Have you all done? Oh, good job. Next, number E, the last task, the last meaning for this task, discharge as waste. We eat in the kitchen, we go to the toilet to throw our food. I have already told you what is the word for it, and it starts with E. So all of you tell me once, what's the word? Okay, the word is excrete. E-X-C-R-E-T-E, excrete. Okay. Now after this, again we have another task, that is answer the following questions. So you can see the first question. What is our body compared with in the text? Now you can find its answer in the first paragraph. See, these highlighted words, you can find answer from these highlighted words. Complicated piece of machinery, okay? Our body is compared with. So what can be your answer? You all write down, please. Are you writing? Have you finished number A? So what's your answer? All of you tell me, please. Okay, your answer can be our body is compared with a complicated piece of machinery in the text. Okay, so this is the full sentence answer. And dear students, while we are writing comprehension answer, always it is not necessary to write in complete sentences. You can write down main ideas, okay? And if you have a habit of writing these all, it's good. So your answer can be our body is compared with a complicated piece of machinery in the text. See the highlighted ideas. Now B, what kinds of food should we eat? Now where do you find it? In which paragraph? You just try to tell me. Is it the first paragraph or second paragraph or the third paragraph? Now I want to show you. You can find it in the second paragraph. See, here is idea and it is highlighted. Variety of vegetables, protein, fruits and grains. You can simply write down like this. A variety of vegetables, proteins, fruits and grains. So if you want to write it in a full sentence, how do you write down? You can write down like this. We should eat, we should eat a, then what is it? Variety of, V-A-R-I-E-T-Y, variety of, then what are the words? Vegetables, yes. Vegetables, vegetables. Then what is another word? Protein, okay. Protein, protein. Then what is the another word? Fruits, Fruits, fruits. And then what is the next one? Grains, you know. And grains, G-R-A-I-N-S, grains. So it is a complete sentence, but in our comprehension we can just write down a variety of vegetables, protein, fruits and grains. And your complete sentence can be, we should eat a variety of vegetables, protein, fruits and grains. This is answer of B. I hope you might have written with me together. Have you written? Good. After this we have some more questions. Now next question is C. Describe one way in which vegetarians have to plan what they eat. And where do you find this answer? In which paragraph? Can you tell me? Oh, so smart you are. In this paragraph, it means the second paragraph. See, the highlighted ideas may have to find ways to replace meat with another source of protein. And your answer can be the same thing. So if you want to write it in full sentence again, you can write down. See, what do you write down? Vegetarians, you can write down vegetarians, vegetarians. Then what can be written here? Have to plan, we have to plan, then to find, have to plan to find. What is the word now? Ways to replace, W-A-Y-S, ways to replace, and then meet with another, A-N-O-T-H-E-R, another source of protein, okay, S-O-U-R-C, source of protein, P-R-O-T-E-I-N, protein. Have you written with me? Good. So is the idea clear? How to write the answer? Good job. Now we have question number D. Why do we need a balanced diet? See, why shouldn't we use junk food? We have discussed a lot. I hope you might have written correctly. So what's your answer? You can find this answer in the third paragraph, last paragraph, okay? So healthy life. See, you can find its answer here, healthy life. So your answer should be healthy life. And if you want to write in a complete sentence, what is your answer? Number D. So tell me all of you, we need a balanced diet. We need a balanced, B-A-L-A-N-C-D, balanced diet. Then what? For healthy life. For H-E-A-L-T-H-Y, healthy life. Have you done? Good job. Now the last question we have, that is, why is it important to take control of our body? Why do we need to take control over our body? You can find, you only get one body. We get only this life, okay? We don't have another life. So if we cannot be healthy, oh my God, imagine, the life is very difficult, you know. So we cannot enjoy our life. That's why your answer should be You only get one body. So all of you develop this main idea into your complete sentence. I hope you might have done. Simply you can write down, it is important to take control of our body because we only get one body. That can be your answer. Okay? Now, after this, I have a task for you that you have to do at your home. And what is it? It's number 3. See, give suggestions to your friends about eating a balanced diet. Use the structures you learned earlier. Now, you have to give suggestions. And while suggesting, do you remember the structures that we have to use? We have already learned. What are the structures? Oh, yes. Now, tell me. I want to write it. Okay, you can say, you should plus infinitive, okay, infinitive, infinitive. Then what can be another structure? Why don't you? Why don't you, you know? Then what is another structure? How about? H-O-W, how about? Now you have to tell me another structure. So you can use, okay, if I were you, then I would plus infinitive, okay, infinitive, infinitive. So what is infinitive? Yes, you can understand as verb 1, but you have to practice to say infinitive, okay? We are learning English. Dear students, now we have already learned these structures, and just to remind you, I have written on the board that you have said me, okay? So you have to use these structures and you have to suggest your friend to have a balanced diet, you know. So I hope you got my point. Now, I have another task for you, that is project work, and it's also interesting. See, give suggestions to your friends at school regarding their food habits. Work in groups of 5. Prepare a list of suggestions. Write on chart paper with beautiful handwriting and stick the charts in different places at your school. Look at each other's poster, vote and decide the best one. Give reasons. It's interesting, you know. And we have already learned to make a poster. So you have to draw a picture and you have to write few words there, and those words should be in a suggestive way. Okay? So this is very interesting. You have to do. Is it clear about the project work? Good. Now again, I have another item that is as an extra bit. And this is, we have already discussed in our grammar, okay? And it is, read the poem and find out what the speaker would do if he or she were a bird. Poem, you know. We have already recited this poem, you know, bird flying, interesting, yeah? Now, if you were a bird, what would you do? Imagination, you know. Now, the title of the poem is, I Will Soar. And you can say, if I were a birdie, I would head up to the sky. I would spread my wings like sunshine. I know I could fly mighty high. We have discussed this poem in our grammar class also. So at that time we discussed about the structure. Okay. Conditional sentence type 1 or 2 or 3. Yes, conditional sentence type 2. When do we use this conditional sentence type 2? Yes, when we talk about the imaginary action, impossible action. So can we be the bird? No, it is out of imagination. But we can imagine as if we were the bird, okay? But here in this task, you have to write down the activities, actions. See, the speaker would do. Now, if I were a birdie, I would head up to the sky, means I would fly to the sky. This is one action. So, like this, you have to list out. So, I would spread my wings like sunshine, you know. I know I could fly mighty high, higher and higher. If I were a birdie, I would sing a lovely song, you know, chirping sound, you know. Everyone would stop and listen. You can imagine while you are chirping, you know, people would be there and listening to you, to your song. Very interesting, you know. They would begin to sing along, and those people who were listening to you would also start singing. Very interesting, you know. If I were a body, I would flit about from tree to tree, you know. I will fly from tree to tree, you know, with many different flocks of birds, and there would be other birds also, you know. Flock of, a group of birds would be there together. We would be free to be free, you know, and while they were flying in the sky, they would be very free, okay? If I were a birdie, I would head up to the sky, I would spread my wings like sunshine, I know I could fly mighty high. And this poem is composed by Annette R. Hersey. Very interesting, okay? So can you do it? Very good. Dear students, I hope you might have clearly understood Unit 5. Okay, so don't forget practicing what we have learned, like suggesting, advising, conditional sentence type 2, poster, you know, and many more. It's all for today. Have a wonderful time. Goodbye.